God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 75 of Your Journey Is Not Over. My name is Tanya Pearson Randolph. This is my own personal journey, and the expressions and opinions are of my own. I own all the rights to my personal journey and to Your Journey Is Not Over. Neither are to be used, copied, or edited in any way without my consent. Today, like always, I prayed and I asked God, okay, are we getting back on track, back to January 13th, 2020 yet? And well, that'll come next Tuesday. I'm being led to talk and share about a speech that I gave to men and women of domestic violence. I have said about writing these podcasts, and when I do speak, it's hard for me to explain to anyone how most times I don't even remember half of what I said nor wrote. I just open up and I relax and I let God take over. He does take me off guard a lot of times too, as you will soon learn after I tell you all about my speech. I found myself out there talking about domestic violence, in which I'm also a survivor of. At a very young age, 19 years old, I found myself a perfect victim to a person who was much older than myself. I was lied to, I was misled, I was manipulated. And I was so young and naive and vulnerable too. Even to this day, I have a scar on my left eyelid from a lit cigarette being flipped in my eye when I was 8 months pregnant. It wasn't long after I escaped that, and I never looked back, nor allowed such abuse again. Even then, I knew that wasn't a life I wanted to live. More on that later on in my journey, but for now, I will say this. That scar that I see every single day when I look in the mirror is just a reminder of what I escaped and what I survived. In most cases, the victim, the one being abused, is always from an abusive background, an abusive childhood. And so that becomes our normal, the ways that we were taught to perceive love or what love must be. And in most cases, we that have suffered, whether it be sexual, physical, emotional trauma, or in my case, all the above. Well, we grow up conditioned to be the fixers, always trying to make things better, keep everyone happy, less abuse that way. Well, I now call those of us that grew up always trying to repair, keep the peace, do better, be better. Again, make everyone else around us happy, even though we ourselves are dying inside. But are conditioned to pretend like everything is A-okay. It's peachy keen. As long as everyone around us is happy, then all is fine. Again, even though we are dying inside. I don't call us fixers anymore. I call those of us Band-Aids. Because we grew up like we had to, we become, well, most of us anyway, become nurturers, caretakers, people pleasers, fixers. Again, Band-Aids for people. As we grow up, of course, we fall into the same cycles, always overlooking bad behaviors towards us, making excuses for whomever, hoping that we could fix whatever is broken, make whatever better. We wear ourselves out trying to just make people happy. It was what we knew to do, what we were taught. And being others' Band-Aids is exhausting. And we put up with, we tolerate, we overlook so much. And yes, most of the time, we get discarded like trash, just like Band-Aids. I've always said I help heal the broken. I put them back together, almost like a repair shop, a Band-Aid, and get whomever ready to move on to their forever homes. I'm an empath, so naturally, I want to help. I want to fix. I want to repair whoever. And I've endured a lot by just wanting to help fix, repair whomever in my life. No good deed goes unpunished, that's for sure. And as my grandma always said, good intentions pave the way to hell. But recently, traveling along my healing journey, it was then that I was enlightened and made aware of this very thing. I've been a band aid my whole life, and even at times when I was shattered and I needed someone to be a band aid for me. We are not here to fix others, repair others, heal others. That's not our job in anyone's life. We are not here to be band aids. We can't fix what we didn't break. People have to want to fix, repair, and heal themselves. We can't do it for them. And just like a band aid, we can cover it, overlook bad behavior, abusive behaviors. But the more we cover it, the more it festers, the worse it gets. When you travel on your yellow brick road, your healing journey, you then begin to realize how you even found yourself in abusive relationships. It all made sense to me. And as I say, awareness then brings change. Once you're aware of how you got into such a relationship, you then can break the cycles. God didn't build us to be anyone's band aid. And again, people have to want to fix themselves. We can't do it for them. What's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but we can't make them drink. Same with healing. If we are covering their scars, their wounds, again like band aids, then there would be no reason for those to want to fix, repair, or heal themselves. As a healed version of myself, I say rip the band aid off, expose the wounds, so that they can begin to heal. A healed version of a person won't hurt you, they won't abuse you, they won't manipulate you. We have to love ourselves and learn to put our wants and our needs and our happiness and our peace first. We matter too. Our happiness does matter. We are allowed to be happy. We are to love ourselves as God loves us. And He didn't build us, create us to exist in unhealthy, abusive relationships. What we experienced as children was beyond our control. We were born into it. No choice at all. But as adults, we can choose. We have a choice how we live our lives and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Not to be harsh, but I do want this to sink in. As adults, people can only do to you what you allow them to do. Let me repeat that to you again. As adults, people can only do to you what you allow them to do. So please love yourself enough to not allow anyone to mistreat you, to talk you down. My motto is, I know who I am, and God knows who I am. I'm good. And I don't allow disrespect. I don't entertain it. It's not acceptable in my world. When you are on your healing journey and you do the reflection, the most painful part of the healing journey, I might add, but a crucial part that you must go through, almost like walking through hell to get to heaven. You then will learn so much about yourself and why you chose people, places, and things that you did along your journey. Truly, it all makes sense. The puzzle pieces all come together, and you actually get a full picture of who you are becoming, who God just knew one day you would become, whom He built you to be. We are here to be loved, understood, cared for, respected, admired, not to be abused in any way. But first, one must love, understand, care for, and respect themselves before we can even expect others to. It all starts within you. Please know your worth. Please know your value and know that you matter, even though you've been made to believe, conditioned to think that you don't. You do. Okay, now I have to share this. Again, show my sense of humor to everyone that joins me. And this is the honest to God's truth. I walked off and the coordinator was standing there. And as always, it's about this time I asked, was that okay? Did I do okay? She was like, you're magical. You have your own way and you're magical to watch and listen to. I told her, like I tell everyone, yes, it's me out there. It's my body, my voice, but it's God and His words. He directs and leads me completely. Then, cracking up, I looked at her and I said, "Where in the world did Band-Aids even come from? I haven't thought of Band-Aids in years. Not a thought. Not until I said it that day in my speech." And yes, there's a lot of times I do walk off going in my head, "Where'd that come from?" Well, okay, you got it in there, Father. You made it work. Great analogies. Truly, it has to be God. I can't think of these things on my own. And yes, I do get a lot of humor out of it. When you heal, you learn to laugh at even the smallest things, and you learn to laugh at yourself. Love yourself. Love your journey. Embrace, reflect, understand, heal, and release the past, and begin to create a whole new future. A whole new world is just waiting for you. Please join me in this whole new world. It's safe, it's happy, it's fun, it's exciting. It's a whole new world when you heal. This concludes my podcast for today. Please join me next Tuesday. Listen in, and always remember your journey is not over. God bless.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows.